Everyone seems to know about prediction markets like Kalshi and Polymarket. However, most traders actually lose money. However, what if I told you there's a strategy where you can trade both sides of the same market, of the same event, and win no matter the outcome? You're no longer betting using this strategy, but mathematically guaranteeing your result. And that means 100% risk-free profit for every single one of these trades. Well, in this video, I'll be breaking down exactly how you guys can do it, the tools that I use, and how you can get started even as a beginner. Because by the end of this video, you'll know exactly what you need to do step by step to make a profit using prediction market arbitrage in 2026. With that being said, I'm gonna start the video off by giving you some source and giving you a live arbitrage opportunity that is live right now and that you can actually make money on. We're looking at the number of rate cuts in 2026 market. Now this market is live on Kalshi and many other prediction markets. Now we're gonna be trading yes on exactly 2 cuts, which is currently priced at 2.4 cents on Kalshi, and then no on opinion, which is another smaller prediction market, yet they are processing hundreds of millions of dollars in volume every single week. Now what you're looking for is the same exact market, the same exact event, so we can cover both yes and no outcomes. We're covering yes on Kalshi at 2.4 cents, no on opinion at 70 cents. Now why is this us guaranteeing a profit? Not only are we covering both yes and no, so both possible outcomes for this market, but also the price ultimately needs to add up below $1, as at the end of each market resolves to $1. So if we trade yes at 2.4 cents and then we trade no on opinion for 70 cents, this will equal to 72 cents in total, which leaves us with about a 27% spread. The 27% spread is our profit. Now, one thing that you need to keep in mind, even though this is a 100% risk-free strategy, it does come with some risk if not executed correctly. Now, what do I mean when it's not executed correctly? That ultimately means when you're not executing the trade at the right price, and also if you don't account for fees. Fees can actually eat up on your profits and also onto your spread. So if you're not careful, you can ultimately lose out on those hard-earned profits. Now, how can you actually eliminate fees? Now, this is some source, again, you will not find on any other YouTube video, as I haven't personally been able to find it. Now, prediction markets are made up of 2 sides. You got makers and takers. Makers are ultimately market makers. They are setting the prices and adding liquidity ultimately onto the order book. Now takers are ultimately traders, like everyday traders that are coming in here and placing trades, right? Now ultimately when you are market making and you become a maker, you actually get priced and you don't actually have to pay any fees in most cases, right? And I'll explain to you exactly how you can do it. On opinion, for example, you go over to the market here, and instead of going on market, you go over to limit. Now, once you go over to limit, you can actually get priced at 70. Now, before I actually break down on these risks so you can avoid it, I'll be telling you the exact tools I use. Because if you're manually going through every single prediction market, let me tell you one thing, you will lose out on most of these opportunities because there are pro traders like myself. I like to stay humble, but I think after my history with prediction markets now, I can call myself a pro trader, right? Now, ultimately, pro traders are not trading manually on Polymarket and Kalshi. They have custom trading terminals and platforms and tools and bots to ultimately be a lot faster and close the gap to make the spread, capture the spread and make those profits a lot faster. The tool I use is predictify.com. I would say they're the best and the most fastest terminal right now for when it comes to prediction market arbitrage. I personally don't know any other terminal that's doing it as well as them. The way you want to get access to predictify.com, you go over, click the link in the description, or just search up predictify.com. You want to go over to get access to the live arbitrage right here. You will then be redirected to this page down here, where ultimately you need to click on unlock arbitrage opportunities. You then need to log in or connect your wallet. Now, right after you have logged into the platform, you need to click on unlock arbitrage opportunities, and then ultimately go ahead and pay the monthly subscription. They do say break even with just 10 trades a month. If you capture the right opportunities and you're active on the platform, you can ultimately break even after 2 or 3 trades. And again, that's not financial advice, of course. Do your own research when executing these strategies, but ultimately you can break even with a lot less than 10 trades. It's all about being patient and being active. If you're not active, don't bother subscribing, as you're just going to end up unsubscribing a month later. You do need to be active on the platform to make sure you get these opportunities. Now, once you are active on the platform, you're going to find a lot of these high spread opportunities that have just come around while I was recording this video. For this market specifically, as you can see, is the one we captured just now, and this probably won't be live tomorrow or the day after. People would have already captured this opportunity within the next 2 or 3 hours. You can see that on opinion here, the price is just absolutely tanked to 35 cents here for a few seconds. And again, it's already been bought up to 70 cents. So you gotta be super fast when capturing these opportunities. And what are the risks now, right? Now, the risks ultimately are your execution speed and timing, and also your fees. Now, luckily with your execution speed, if you're trading through Predictify, you're doing it a lot faster. In just a couple clicks, you're up and running, and you can arbitrage a lot faster than anyone that's doing it manually on Kalshi and Opinion, right? Now, for the fees, Predictify does offer an estimate on the fees here across both venues. You're looking at about $1.64 right now if you're going to trade with $200 across Kalshi and Opinion. However, now you can actually eliminate these fees entirely. It might sound insane right now, but yes, you can actually eliminate your fees, and this is exactly how you do it. Now, there's 2 sides of each market. You got a maker and a taker. A maker is a market maker, and they are actually setting the price on the order board. Now, the takers are ultimately placing the trades, right? Now, if you are placing the trades, you're going to be paying the full price of the fees, right? Now, to become a maker, you need to go over whichever market you're trading. Just click on limit on Kalshi here. On Opinion, for example, you want to go over to limit by clicking here. Then ultimately, you want to set your trade at your preferred limit price. Now, the thing is, if you're just going to place a limit price on the current market price, you're just going to fill the current trade, and you're going to be considered a taker, not a maker. When you're market making, you've got to set your prices at the correct spread, something a bit higher or lower than what is already placed in. Now, even though the market is extremely thin, there's only 0.27 cents at 70 cents price, you can go over and set your price slightly higher or slightly lower. In this case, you can go over with 71 cents. And on Kalshi, you can go ahead and do something very similar and press your limit trade just slightly lower at around, in this case, I'll be looking at about 2.5, 2.6. So slightly higher than actually 2.4, right? Because ultimately right here, even though you're going to be trading at a specific price, you're going to be filling at a price which is slightly more liquid. And you're going to be doing it at slightly higher price, right? So you want to be placing your limit trades not at the exact market price, but slightly higher or lower, right? And for expiration here, you want to ultimately just do it good till cancelled. That means it just doesn't cancel until you plan to cancel it, right? So if your price here, at whatever price you decide to trade it at, let's say 2.6, doesn't get filled, it doesn't get filled, and you only cancel it, right? Now, ultimately, same with opinion here, you can ultimately do the same thing, and when you're placing your limit price, make sure you do that, and set expiration, just leave it as, you know, unchecked. so you don't actually have to worry about that at all. You can see here when you have your market fee here, you can see you got fees and opinion, but when you go over and you place a limit trade and you become a market maker, you are not paying any fees, right? So this is the end of the video. Hopefully you found it helpful. Subscribe to my channel and I'll see you guys next time. Goodbye.